Hello and welcome to my review for the Monza Grand Prix 2012. That was quite a stunning race, very interesting to watch, especially towards the end. There's a lot of overtakes in this. The DRS was playing quite a good job and people just seemed a lot more confident this year with overtaking. It's definitely improving the racing quite a bit. There's definitely some promising races for the future. So Lewis Hamilton had quite a good control of the race until the very end. Probably the last 5 laps, obviously perhaps was worrying a little bit about Perez, but I think he pretty much had it under control. I think he had a little bit of extra pace behind him if he needed it. I think he's looking after the tyres pretty well. This year there seems to be a theme. If you are in first, you can control the tyres pretty well. If you're trying to overtake people, and if you go for like a 2 stops and you have to keep overtaking people, I think your tyres slowly go off a lot quicker. So I guess we'll start with Red Bull. Vettel had a retirement about halfway through the race, and that was a problem that seems to be existing during the free practice as well, and it didn't seem to go away, and it obviously caused them to stop because the engine was about to explode, which was not great. And then Webber went a bit wide and hit the curb and then went spinning, and he had big massive flat spots on the tyre, which means he had to do another pit, and yeah, he didn't actually finish in the points, which is definitely very unfortunate for Webber. I guess next we'll talk about the Ferraris. I think they had quite a strong race. Alonso had a really good pace at the start of the race. He was overtaking quite a few cars. He got stuck behind Michael Schumacher for about 5 laps. Nothing too serious. They managed to overtake him eventually, and it was definitely a very good race for him. A very solid 3rd position. I think he's a little bit surprised at the end when he saw Perez streaming straight past him. Definitely was not expecting that at all. Obviously, we saw the switch between Massa and Alonso for 3rd place, which was definitely not a surprise at all. Obviously, they're going to go for Alonso. Alonso actually increased his lead by quite a different margin. I think it's like 13 points. I think he's increased it by, because Vettel actually retired. And Lewis was quite far behind him in the championship, which actually takes him up to 2nd place, I think, Lewis Hamilton. Alonso still got quite a strong position on the championship. The McLaren had a very good race. They had quite a decent amount of pace throughout the whole race. Button did lose to Massa at the start, but he did manage to catch him up and actually overtake him. But then Button had a problem. Apparently it was an oil pickup problem, and yeah, they had to retire, which is definitely unfortunate. Button could have probably got 3rd place or 2nd place, but that would have helped Lewis Hamilton a lot in the championship, because Alonso has quite a strong lead on the championship, as I said before. Lewis had quite a easily controllable race, as I said earlier, and it was quite a good race for him. Very strong pace throughout. The Mercedes had an okay day, I guess. Some mediocre points, I guess, but nothing too special. Michael Schumacher's definitely had quite a good performance in himself, but the car was struggling with a lot with grip and degradation of the tyres. And it definitely just seemed to struggle with tyres. I don't know what it is about this year and tyres. They just don't seem to be able to understand them and just keep struggling. They actually have quite a decent amount of pace, but they just can't seem to look after their tyres very well. If they can get that together and just control the tyres and grip, I think they had quite a decent car underneath them. That double DRS definitely gave them a little bit of speed down the straights, but nothing really much more than that. And it's definitely an okay race for them. Michael Schumacher had quite a good performance towards the end. If he had another 2 laps, he probably could take another Raikkonen. That's obviously speculation though. I guess talking about the Renaults, we'll go on to that. Didn't we see D'Ambrosio that much, so we won't talk about him too much. I think he had a curves issue. Raikkonen had quite a good performance. He struggled with the first set of tyres, but after that he seemed to, I think he had quite a long stint. I think he pitted on lap 18, I think it was, and he continued to the end of the race. So it's definitely a good performance by him, and a very solid performance and position for him. So I guess probably my driver for the day is pretty quite obvious. I'm guessing you can tell by the gameplay. Perez was easily my driver for the day. He performed so well towards the end of the race, especially. He just had so much grip on those tyres and just seemed to be able to control the race towards the end. He just amazing performance. There's not really much more to say about that. It's just absolutely crazy. The Sauber is so good on their tyres. It's unreal. And it's definitely going to be some interesting races for them towards the end of the season. And yeah, it's definitely an amazing car. And Perez, I'd love to see Perez continue at Sauber and just continue performing, because that'd be really nice to see, because I'm a big Sauber fan. The tradition of the team is just crazy, and yeah, I'd love to see them perform a lot better. It wasn't just the car for Perez though, because Kobayashi was like 40 seconds behind. It wasn't just the car and the grip, it was him who was performing so well. I think it completely took us by surprise when he was performing these crazy laps towards the end of the race, and almost took over Lewis Hamilton towards the end. If he had a few more laps, who knows what could have happened. It's a definitely very interesting race. I'm sure I missed a few things, but a very entertaining race, lots of overtakes. Very good strategy by some of the McLaren team, etc. The Sauber grip was amazing, and that car is great. Perez is amazing, probably my driver of the year so far. And yeah, just great race, and I can't wait for the next Grand Prix. I think it's in Singapore. I'm not 100% sure about that. That'll be the F1 2012 game will be out as well, so that'll be good to see as well. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and come back soon.